Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So tonight's video is going to be a spa night chit chat video. I decided to sit down and film one of these because number one, my skin clearly does not like me this week. I figured I'd sit down and do one of these videos because they're the easiest ones to film, and honestly I just felt like relaxing. I have a candle going, I have my mask ready to go. For today's mask, I'm going to be using the Neutrogena Clear Pore Cleanser and Mask. I've talked about this product on my channel so many times, alongside obviously the Freeman Feeling Beautiful masks. You guys know those are my ride or die masks. I love the Freeman masks, but when I really want to intensely clean my skin and clear out my pores, I go in with this product because it works like nothing else on the market. I definitely love this product. Obviously, everyone's skin is different, so if it works for me but doesn't work for you, that's okay. I'm sure we all have our different regimens we use daily to clean our skin. But for me, I have combination to dry skin around this time of year, especially. Right here in my T-zone is the driest area. I'm starting to notice little dry patches in this area too, so I'm definitely starting to heavily moisturize that area. But in any case, for me, this works wonders on my skin when it comes to little demons like these, because it really does pull all the crap out of your pores. So all the makeup, the excess makeup that you think you're getting out all the time, but you're not really getting all of it out. I try not to do any exfoliating scrubs, at least not too often, because those can cause micro tears in your skin, and those are not fun to deal with either. So I use this, I want to say like once or twice a week, so this would be my second time this week using this product, and I've definitely noticed a difference in my skin, especially when it comes to clearing out these breakouts. So I should also point out too, just in case you're wondering, this is safe enough to use as a daily cleanser every single day, or if you just want to use it as a mask and you already have your own favorite daily cleanser, that's fine too. So whatever you choose to use this for, use it for whatever, but I use it as both a daily cleanser and also an intensive mask like every other week. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to talk about was my video from yesterday. Now, if you have not seen yesterday's video, I'll have it linked down below for you guys, along with parts 1 and 2. The video from yesterday was actually part 3 in the series, because I know I got very loud and upset in yesterday's video, but that's only because I'm so frustrated by the situation, because this woman continues to make those of us who are speaking out about the situation, she's making us look like the bad guys in this, when really and truly the only reason we're talking about it is because she did it. It's not like we're fabricating this entire story to shit all over her. That's not the case whatsoever. Before this happened, I had no idea who this woman was. I would love to see any and all receipts that they have. I have no ill will towards these women. I really don't. Like I said just a few seconds ago, I had no idea these women even existed up until this point with the situation. Like I said in yesterday's video, and in the other 2 videos as well pertaining to the situation, I welcome them to come forward with any proof, any paperwork, numbers that match up as far as what was given to the Mason for these headstones. I would love to be proven wrong, because of course I don't want to believe that there are people who are capable of doing things like this just to get money from people that trust them, because these people in Kim's group on Facebook, her tribe, they all trust her religiously. And it's kind of scary, because it seems to me like no matter what this woman does or says, their support of her is unwavering. Nothing that I say, you say, we say, she says, she does, anyone does for that matter. Nothing, anything or anyone does or says is gonna change their support for her. And she knows that, which is why she said in her live stream, we're like this here, and nothing's gonna change that, nothing's gonna break that. She knows what she's got going on.
And when you have different intent, okay, we're stuck like this together, okay? There's a bond that you can't break in this community.
But the bottom line is, these people who are coming to me in the DMs anonymously, privately, are very concerned, because there are a lot of people in that group apparently who are too afraid of coming out, but they know that they should come out and say something. I've been told from anonymous sources who have been coming into my DMs recently in the last few hours that my video's been up, that there are more people who want to come forward and who want to have this investigated because they themselves have donated, and they've got proof of those donations. And as a matter of fact, what's even more interesting to me about the situation is that someone donated as of, I want to say it was 2 weeks ago now, which by then, 2 weeks ago, I had checked, and the link for the initial Cash App campaign for Casey had already been taken down at that point. So I'm wondering if there has been another Cash App link in rotation that people are still donating to. I haven't had the opportunity to check yet, but I know there are people here that are sleuths who will go and check in on that. But I'm wondering if that's the case. Now, this is just me throwing out ideas. I could be 100% wrong. I have no idea. I hope I'm wrong. But something tells me that I should not put that kind of thing past this group. I feel like that's something that they would totally do. Once one campaign had been compromised, which is obviously the original one, they're like, okay, well, we have to go to plan B, which is to open another one somewhere else. So I'm worried that people are still donating to these people, to these women. If you take a look at what they're doing and how they're behaving, especially Kim in particular, how Kim and Casey are no longer in cahoots, they're no longer talking to each other. Kim will no longer talk about Casey, even though Casey had such great, amazing things to say about Kim in that live stream, about Kim being family and her family being her family and all this bullshit. Doesn't it seem suspicious to anybody else that after all this time, now that this whole thing has been blown up and exposed, now they want to just go part ways and just keep quiet about each other? That's a red flag. I just don't understand how anyone can sit there in that tribe and believe anything that comes out of any of these people's mouths at this point, and that includes Jana, because whether or not Jana wants to admit that she's part of this is irrelevant at this point, because everyone who watched the live stream knows that she was in the room with these women and she was moderating that day during the live stream, so she's just as guilty as the rest of them, in my opinion. Maybe that's just the way I see things, but to me, she's just as guilty. I've also seen people talking about the possibility of maybe Kim also being duped by Casey, and that's the reason why she won't talk about Casey anymore. But I don't know. I feel like if someone was truly duped by these women, as we're seeing now, as I'm seeing now at least with these private DMs, they would speak out about it. Don't you think? Don't you think she would speak out about it? Maybe perhaps not online, but you'd see something somewhere. Something cryptic. You know what I mean? Especially those of you who have been following her for a long time. You guys know what she's capable of, and you kind of know her mannerisms and her behaviors online and how she speaks online. You would have seen something that would signal to that. Because I feel like Kim is one of those people, just in the last few weeks that I've been looking into her, I feel like she's one of those people who can't keep quiet about things like that. I mean, she was obviously very upset that someone would bring up the Cancer Girls or my YouTube videos, and that's what set her off in her live stream. I think it was yesterday, the day before yesterday at this point now. So clearly, when she gets upset or triggered by something, she's not one to keep quiet about it. So I feel like if she was duped by Casey, she would be the first person to yell it on top of a mountain about it. Don't you think? So I went ahead and took the mask off. As you can see, there's a red area right here where the mask was. That's normal. It happens every time I do a mask. No matter what mask it is, it always happens no matter what. This whole thing is just ridiculous, I think, to say the least. It speaks volumes that Kim is blocking any and everybody who has a question to ask. Once again, like I've said many times throughout the series, perfectly valid questions that aren't intrusive, that are very base level questions that anyone should be able to ask, especially when they're being asked to donate money to a cause by this person. They're very easy questions that could be answered with yes, no, they're doing well, this is where she is, this is how she's doing. If you had nothing to hide, why are you being so suspicious? Why are you acting so suspicious? Why are you being so quiet? Why are you not answering very easy questions? I meant every single word that I said in yesterday's video. Every single word. And I feel like the tribe needs to wake up and really analyze who they choose to give their seemingly unwavering support to, especially where Kim is involved, because this woman does not care about you as a person. If she cared about you as a person and as a friend and as a tribe member, she wouldn't try to sell you these bogus rip-off Mardi Gras beads for insanely high prices, claiming that they can cure certain illnesses and certain things that you may be suffering from. Person who truly cared about you, especially when you've come forward to them and said, you know what, I'm going through this, this, and this is what I'm suffering from, this is the illness I'm going through, this is the ailment I'm suffering from, what do you suggest I do to help with that? Number one, these are questions for a doctor, not someone who sells makeup. But any person who truly cared about you that you're asking these questions to would say, you know what, why don't you go see a professional doctor for help with this, because it's a serious thing and I care about you and I want you to get better. They wouldn't sit there and tell you that they have a set of beads that cost upwards of $300 in some cases without a discount that she also gets kickback from, by the way, in case you didn't know that. Hey, I have these bracelets that help with water retention, weight loss, that help with depression, that help with high blood pressure, that help with this and help with that. That is someone that does not give a fuck about you. All they care about is what you got in your wallet. And you know what? Unfortunately, she's not the only one guilty of doing things like this, trying to sell an idea to people. People who sell Young Living, doTERRA, Beachbody, something or another, it works. Herbalife. I mean, all these different MLM brands use the same tactics. I've got this for this ailment. I've got this for this ailment. I've got this oil for this ailment. These people are snake oil salespeople. That's what they specialize. They want to sell you an idea, not necessarily a product. They want to sell you an idea of what a product's supposed to do for you for certain things. And that's what makes these companies so dangerous, because they will sit there and try to convert people into believing that their products are good replacements for actual modern medicine that's been researched and backed by science for years. Anyways, guys, I went off on a tangent there for a little bit, but I'm so upset about things like this, and the situation really has me on edge because this is still an ongoing thing, unfortunately. So I figured I would sit down and do a mask, but unfortunately I'm out of time right now, because if you can see back there, Miss Thing is up from her nap and we've got some things to do for the night. So with that being said, guys, please leave your opinions down below. Try to be as respectful as possible, like I always say in every video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys so much.